Gen Z, and they have two faces, two images there. One of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga in that typical fist in the air posture, something also copied there by Kaswal Makore, who was very popular during the protests of last year, June 25th. The question is, are we being unfair to the former Prime Minister? Bwana Kirwa, yes. The ODM party and Raila Odinga, led by Raila Odinga, signed an MOU with the UDA yes. in March this year. It was a 10-point MOU. Among these issues was a demand for right to peaceful assembly and protest and compensation of all pending claims. Yeah. There's also protecting the livelihoods of young people. And I may just pick those two because they're linked to what we're talking about. Yeah. And yet many feel that Raila Odinga, even despite signing this document, has been curiously quiet when it comes to the same kind of problems now. Therefore, many people feel that probably the standard is correct in calling him this. Do you agree?
Yeah. Well, I just want to join the Honorable Pogisho in appreciating that Raila has done so much for this country. So much that we strongly believe some of the reforms that in the past have taken place has a lot of ink from his pen. And we do want to appreciate him to that extent. But as they say, people remember you on your last moments. Raila Odinga is an elder statesman, and you would have expected at least the president to respect him, especially on those 2 points of issues of having all protests and protesters protected by the police for purposes of showing some kind of new change. As I was coming here, I had one of the OCS, I think from the coast, saying that they will provide security for those who will be protesting on the 25th. And I wish the entire government was to spend more time thinking about protecting protesters for purposes of ensuring there is peaceful protests that will take place in the country. In fact, Kenyans will come to forget it faster if everything goes so peaceful that they will say, okay, it is well. Otherwise, this issue of visiting goons to the people when they say something is wrong is also generating a culture of goonism that is the reverse of what our government is trying to do in Haiti. Because the goons in Haiti was a product of repressive regimes that were trying to repress people, and therefore people took it upon themselves to protect their property and their own lives. So, Raila Odinga is a man under siege because a lot is expected of him, and when it shows that he's not doing to the extent of our expectation, because he has the leverage and the power that many of us don't have, even collectively, but he has chosen to dine and wine with the enemy of the people by accepting that goonism will continue, and even some of the other 8 points that they signed were things that the government is expected to be doing, including issues of protecting the citizens of this country. Is not an issue that the government should be implored. It is the duty of the government because they collect our taxes for the sole reason of protecting our lives and the property that we own, so that nobody will come and take away our lives against the law or any of our properties that we have as a nation. Mm-hmm. So I also feel even this young man called Samuel, I don't know, has also betrayed the cause. I've been seeing even Morara. He has chosen also to betray the cause by pretending now to be a critic and auditor of leaders in the opposition, while perhaps dining and whining with those in the establishment. Mm-hmm. A struggle is not won until it is over. So I feel Raila Odinga should accept when we criticize him And when we label him as the worst traitor that has visited Kenya for many years. Mm-hmm. We want, in fact, if you do an audit of his political landscape, it's almost after every election, he goes to bed with the establishment. Remember, he's the one who almost destroyed Fort Kenya in the run-up to 2007 elections, having used the same party to win the seat here in Nairobi. And after 1992, after 92 elections, in the run-up to 1997 elections. And after 1997 elections, again, he went to bed with KANU under the cooperation and eventually some kind of merger. Although towards the end of that regime, he was able to be part of the National Rainbow Coalition on the eve of elections, but still in between, he never stayed the cause as a leader in the opposition. Mm-hmm. After 2007 elections, again, the Grand Coalition government that he joined, and I would have advised him at that time. I remember I met him once somewhere in Karen, and I was advising him really to stay away from the regime for purposes of ensuring that that regime perhaps collapses on its own momentum. But he found it fit to join the forces. And at the end of that period, he was not able to stem the wave that had been created by anti-ICC proponents. Mm-hmm. Again, there was the handshake. Now, broad-based government. When history is written, it may not get fair chapters in those analyses. What role did Raila play in Kenya? Mm-hmm. It will